Well, g'day, Nigel here, and welcome to another one of our legend announcements. I love doing these, in fact, because for myself and the team at Sax School here, announcing our legend is a really important thing because it's our way of celebrating one of our members who's making amazing progress. And I think also, not just with their own practice, but also they're contributing a lot to our community, inspiring the other members, and we love to see that. So for July 2020, our legend actually is great because she's only been playing for a short period of time. She's making amazing progress, and she's from Sweden. So I'm really excited to have a chat with her. So our legend for July 2020 is Beverley Johansson. So Beverley, hey, congratulations for being our legend.
Hi, Nigel. I'm very, very flattered.
Yeah, well, it's been brilliant watching the videos that you've been sharing. Actually, you've only been with Sax School since like January, right? So you've posted quite a few videos already, and they're great. And you're getting loads of comments and interaction and support from our members. It's really, really wonderful to see. Tell me a bit about your saxophone then. How long have you actually been playing for?
Well, I started in January.
So you actually started saxophone in January?
Yeah.
When you joined Sax School? Wow.
Yeah. You know, we were sitting at New Year and we were talking. You know, I've always had projects on the go, so I've always had a big project. You know, and my last project, it's sort of now up and running and everything is sort of working. And we were talking about, you know, what challenges are we going to have for the new year? And I didn't have anything, so I thought, and I've never even thought of playing the saxophone. And then it just came to me out of the blue, saxophone.
An epiphany.
An epiphany.
Fantastic. Wow. I mean, it's quite it's a big challenge. I think a lot of people like the idea of learning an instrument, but actually it takes a lot of hard work to make progress and to be consistent and disciplined as well. I think it's getting through those first few weeks where you know, because it is more difficult to start, but getting some momentum going is hard. So it's brilliant to see the progress. So have you played any instrument before?
The piano when I was a child, and you know, it was typical piano lessons where they hit you on the hands when you didn't have your fingers in the right position, and you were forced to play Beethoven and Bela Bartok and, you know, all those guys, and I was totally uninspired. So that's ruined the piano for me, but at least I can read notes.
Right. Oh, that's interesting. So it's given you a little bit of a head start because you've got the reading side of things down. Because what really caught my eye about the way you play is, well, there's two things. First of all, I like the way that you're very rhythmical and accurate with the way that you're playing. You've a lovely sound and you've got a great sense of timing when you're playing, which is wonderful and unusual in somebody who's only been playing for a short period of time. The second thing I liked about your videos is that you're very systematic about the way you're learning your pieces. I liked the way you shared the videos where you'd slowed things down and were learning things slowly.
Yeah.
You're a systematic kind of person.
My friends all rib me about my spreadsheets and my, you know. So yes, I mean, you would be horrified to see my iPad and how I've structured all my sax stuff on my iPad. So.
Well, it's good though. I mean, it's working, you know. So for you, is it being systematic with, when clearly you're systematic with the way that you're approaching a piece? And for anyone watching this who hasn't seen the videos I'm talking about, should go look up Beverley in the Facebook community, because you shared some videos where you'd slow down. What was it? Take 5, and the Houston Person version of If, yeah. So that, and you know what the thing is, we've got the technology built into Sax School where you can slow down the lesson videos, and you can do it on YouTube too, can't you? You can slow down the videos and then learn things at half speed. So you are doing that, and you shared some videos of that. But are you also pragmatic about the way you structure your practice routine as well? How far does this spreadsheet analysis go?
Well, you know, the first thing I did when I, you know, joined Sax School is I went into all your resources and I downloaded all your PDFs, all your scales and your workouts and everything. And so I have those on my iPad, and then I followed the structure. You know, you recommend a structure, and it's starting with, you know, the warming up and the long tones and the scales and I still have, I've done a small proportion of what I've downloaded. I mean, you have loads of information there. So I do that, and it's, and it doesn't feel like hard work or boring. I mean, it's something, because if you're passionate about something, you know you have to do the groundwork, and it puts it in context of what you're trying to achieve. So for
Yeah.
me, you know, it's not a big deal. Yeah. So
It's
I
just
do.
part of it. Yeah. That's brilliant. That's exactly the right attitude to have, Beverly, because, you know, there's a system. If you follow the system and use the structure, then you'll see faster results. And it's really simple. It's a simple formula, and you're seeing the benefit of it. So that's really, really wonderful. I love the video that you shared of Unchained Melody. I thought that was wonderful. What sort of music inspires you to play saxophone? What sort of songs or styles or artists have caught your ear?
Well, you know, when you ask that, what's important for me is that I'm inspired and I feel passionate about each song I do. So I began by trawling the internet for songs that I know I love. And so I've downloaded 150 songs with the score, with the scores and the backing tracks and the YouTube videos. And it's basically, I started by, I love electronic and house music, you know, the cool guys in the beach clubs who
Yeah,
play the music, and I'd like to do that. I love the 60s. I love Motown. um, and then I've found a few saxophone players that have inspired me, so I've who also sell their scores and their backing tracks, so I've, you know, chosen from there.
brilliant.
uh, and then also, you know, this June challenge with the ballad has opened my eyes for the really slow, the Unchained Melody, and, you know, the really slow pieces. So I've
Yeah.
got an extra set list now that I've added to it with slow, smoky music.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. I mean, that's the whole point of it. I think those challenges, exploring new things. Hey, you know, getting back to the DJ and house music, saxophone stuff, you should send me some suggestions, because we have a few members who are always asking for those. We've done the Klingande
Yeah, the Jubal. Yeah.
Jubel, yeah. I think there's a couple of things in sax school that are that DJ house thing. And I mean, I'm a bit like you. I'll be honest with you. I have I'm guilty of having an addiction to spreadsheets. So I have a huge spreadsheet with all these suggestions and ideas, and I'm showing Chris and Claire and the other people on the team, and it drives everybody crazy. But there is definitely a big long list of DJ sax stuff. But, you know, you should let me know if there's some specific things that you want for that, because I think it's quite an interesting style. And for people who aren't necessarily even into that style of music, there's things that they can get from it. And it can help you with the way that you learn about improvising as well, because it's all generally quite simple.
Right.
Yeah. So make sure you let me know.
Yes, I will do.
Cool. Brilliant. So what is your big goal with your saxophone then? Is it just to get through your 150 songs and to have some sort of list of songs that you can perform?
Well, I started out with one very simple goal, and that was to play Lily Was Here by the end of the year without music. So then I still have that goal. But
You're not
now,
far away from doing that, though. I'll bet you'll be able to smash that in no time.
without music, that's the difficult one. And that brings me to my actually quite a big goal, and it's to really free myself from the music scores, to play by ear, play by memory. Improvisation, I think, comes later. You know, I feel that I'm a long way from being, you know, a good improviser, but to play by ear and play by memory, and also to explore the tenor sax. I've hired a tenor sax, and just to see whether that's something that I also want to dive into.
Yeah, it's another sound, isn't it? You know, with the improvising you're talking about, you shared a video of Watermelon Man, and that had a solo in it. Was that an improvised solo, or was that a written out solo?
It was sort of in between. It was, you know, I think it was Johnny Ferreira's version, if I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And he does a sort of solo that is far too difficult for me. So I listened to it and I sort of worked out what can I do, and I jotted down the notes. So it wasn't an improvisation, but it was sort of
Right.
taking what he had
Okay.
and forming something. Yeah.
Well, it sounded great, and again, the rhythm was fantastic. The way you were playing was very rhythmical. You might not think about that, but that's a hurdle a lot of people have. I would just say, if you are keen to develop your memory and your ear, being able to play without music, and this goes for everybody watching as well, then actually working on improvising will help you with that, because all the skills that we develop when we're improvising are about connecting our ears with our fingers, and that helps us to internalize the music that we're playing. And that's really the process that we use when we're memorizing anything. So I think, I mean, long time ago in my background, I was doing lots of classical performing and having to memorize concertos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that sort of improvising skill actually helps with that as well, because it's all about being able to internalize the melody, memorize it, really feel it in your body, and then be able to remember it. So yeah, I would suggest that you do dig into some of the improvising lessons.
Yeah, I guess it's a bit scary, you know, the thought of improvising, and you think, well, is there anything in there? Do I have anything in there to come out? But yes,
Sure
I have to dive in sometime.
Yeah, awesome. So just to wrap up then, I think it's wonderful the progress that you're making so quickly in such a short period of time. You know, you've made amazing progress. So I think what you have described today about being systematic and organized with your practice and focused is a great model for everybody else who is in your situation, just starting out and joining sax school. But have you got any advice that you would give somebody who's just joining us, and maybe they've got their saxophone and they're wanting to start and they've just joined sax school? What would be your top tip to them?
Well, I think trying to sort of think about what is your vision, what is your goal, what you want to achieve, and then, you know, I followed quite rigidly your starter pathway. And then after that, I had the confidence to go my own way. So I use sax school now much more for the Facebook group and for the diving into areas that I'm interested in. You know, your colleague Chris, I think is called, he did a thing on recording in GarageBand, which was great.
Yep.
Master classes, you know, I saw an interview with Grace Kelly, and I thought that was inspiring, really inspiring. You know, so I sort of dive more into different areas that I'm interested in now. And then I would say also, you know, do things that you're passionate about. If something gets you inside and really sort of resonates with you in your heart, then you're going to perform better. You're going to do it better.
It's going to mean more to you for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. And no, that's really good advice. That without that passion, you're not going to be wanting to pick up your saxophone the next day and keep going with it. So brilliant. Well, that's really fantastic. Well, congratulations again, Beverley, and keep posting those videos because we love them. And we'll be keen to see what you come up with next. Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Super. Thank you.